If you were a fan of the Dudley Boys in ECW or WWE, you likely chanted one particular word or three, depending on what part of their little shtick that they were doing. And it was get the tables. And then at that point, you went tables, tables. And on this edition of Mount Rushmore, we are talking about table spots, the history, the Mount Rushmore, the best of table spots in professional wrestling. And juice, I don't know about you, but at one point in my life, table matches, and I'm still a sucker for a table match. I like a good tables match.
Yeah, we haven't really had just a plain tables match in quite a while. I feel like they're missing. I miss them, man. Well, we're gonna do a list of some of the best table spots. I mean, some are on TLC, which we have seen TLC matches, ladder matches. People end up in tables all the
Actually, I
time.
will say I have three that aren't actually, I think all of mine, none of mine are actually part of tables matches. Yeah,
Really?
actually.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think any of mine are either. Um, yeah, you want to just start and kick off to it? You want to lead us off since this is your idea?
Sure. I think that there is one table spot that people kind of forget is technically a table spot in WWE history. And it's arguably one of the craziest, if not the craziest spot that's ever happened in WWE history because Mick Foley is a psychopathic man. That man has put his body through so much, and he actually is the on the receiving end of two of my Mount Rushmore table spots. But this one is iconic, and it is when he was thrown off the top of Hell in the Cell through the announcers table. Because my God, what a visual! My God, what a moment! And technically, that is a table spot.
Yeah, that Hell in a Cell moment is also mine. We can we can move along because I think we got the both the Mick Foley moments made mine as well, and I think the your second one that you were referring to is the same exact one as my second. So you can and
Well, let's Mick Foley. Let's bring it back to WrestleMania here. Mick Foley was fighting a young guy, a young, hungry guy who is now considered a grizzled veteran and Hall of Famer, Royal Rumble winner, two-time Royal Rumble winner. There was a psychopathic man named Edge who decided it was a good idea to spear Mick Foley off the apron through the ring ropes through a fire-ridden table, mind you. And that is also, again, one of the craziest visuals for a table spot I've ever seen. Not only the flames, but the fact that he dove perfectly through the ring ropes. Foley took it perfectly. They both flew back and just went perfectly through that table. Like that spot was executed flawlessly, something you see in WWE packages for years and years to come. And it was just great. Absolutely great table moment.
agreed. This match is, I think, the match I rewatched the most of any match in wrestling history. It's the match that got me into wrestling when my buddy Matt, our buddy Matt, showed it to me. This spot in particular, just it might be my favorite wrestling moment of all time because it's from the match that got me hooked. It was just beautiful. I don't know what it is about Edge doing spears in hardcore matches, but they are things of beauty.
Yeah, and I think that Edge is going to probably be on the third table spot we have here. And this is in regards to him and John Cena in their TLC match. We recently talked about this on the podcast. The visual of both of them being on top of a massive ladder, two tables stacked perfectly next to them, and John Cena just giving Edge one of the biggest FUs in history, and Edge crashing through both those tables, and Cena going and winning the title right after it. It was great. Another great visual, great moment, one that's just going to go down in history as like an absolute goated table spot.
That one was definitely in contention for me, but it didn't make it in. But mine does have Edge in the match. It's from the legendary TLC WrestleMania X7 match, and it's when Matt Hardy and Bubba Dudley got pushed. The ladder got pushed. They both fell off the ladder and out to the ring into a stack of 4 tables. One of the most iconic ladder falls of all time.
I think that's a great one. That's definitely up there. One of my honorable mentions for sure. Did not end up getting put on because I went for like a little bit of a sneaky fourth moment here, more for what it did for the industry and like what the move came to represent further down the line about how many other people ended up taking this move through announcer tables. And that was when the Shield debuted and debuted their triple power bomb. Are you laughing? Because is that on your Mount Rushmore too? Is that why you're laughing?
Yeah, literally had the same exact pitch for it too. That's why I'm laughing my ass off. But you're saying exactly what I was gonna say about it. Great minds think alike. I think this. I mean, we always had at least like 1 or 2 in common, but this is almost. We almost had the exact same 4 because that John Cena edge spot very, very close to being on mine. It was probably number 5.
That's actually hilarious. Yeah. Well, I was like, I don't know if he's gonna think of this one, but like that's when I got back into wrestling was when the Shield debuted. Like that was actually like really one of the first moments I remember watching live, like coming back into wrestling back in the 16s, 13s, 14s, whatever year that actually was. I feel like it was 16, but it wasn't because all 3 of those guys were world champions by that point. But yeah, that moment was just one where it was just like, holy shit, like you just felt the landscape change. And the amount of triple power bombs we saw for years and years to come, and the amount of people that took it, and just the historic nature and just how brutal and devastating it was, and how it was funny to hear people say that they didn't like to take the move, which I think is also really funny. But yeah, it's up there, man. Like that's one that I think people forget about. It's table spot, but it was vicious. It just put the Shield on the map to being these 3 young, hungry guys that are out here to kick some ass.
Yeah, another reason why I love that first one, the one that set them all, is because it was on Ryback, and I hate Ryback. It cost them world title, so just extra goodness.
Fair enough.
Shut up.
Fair enough. I like Ryback, man. I'm not gonna lie, I like Ryback. I do have 2 other honorable mentions. One is very silly. Technically 3 honorable mentions because 2 are very silly. One is like just kind of cool. The one that's kind of cool is Kane choke slamming Sabu third table in the Rumble. Just because again, a good visual. Really like interesting spot, one that you don't see very often, and also cool that it came in the Royal Rumble. My second spot is when Sheamus won the world title, WWE title, over John Cena in a tables match, just by like both of them like jockeying for positions on the top rope, and Sheamus was just like, "See ya, bitch," and John Cena lost, because that was during a time where I wanted to see John Cena lose. He was like in the midst of being Super Cena, so that's definitely a table spot that like always is in my head for some reason as like one that always is like up there for me. But this one particular table spot was just hilarious. Like I remember watching this live and being like, did that count? As like a table match aficionado, I was like, this is hilarious. And it was when Cody Rhodes and the Big Show fought for a Intercontinental Championship match and a tables match. And the whole storyline was, how is Cody Rhodes going to put Big Show through a table? How is Cody Rhodes going to do it? Well, Big Show went to go step over the apron from being on outside the ring, and Cody Rhodes just did a drop kick to his big tree trunk of a leg, and he had a single foot go through the table that was outside the ring. And the look on Big Show's face after was just hilarious, because nobody was like, it seemed like nobody knew what to do. And then the ref called for the bell and Cody Rhodes won.
That's a good one. That's a great one. I totally forgot about that. I didn't cross my mind, but that's a good one. That's a good sneaky one. I like that. I'll just say one. I'll mention one funny one because I really like your honorable mentions. It's for a match that wasn't good, but I just like the spot. It's Shawn Michaels going and taking out the trash onto his boss Vince, who is just in a trash can on a table. I'm going with that. I'm going with the classic. I don't know what it is about that image that I love so much, but it's hilarious.
That is highly regarded as one of the best table spots ever. Like that's regarded as a good one. I just kind of also want to say like another table spot that I feel like isn't talked about very often is Batista. When he turned on Triple H, he actually did Batista bomb. Yeah, exactly. The thumbs down, then a Triple H gets Batista bomb through a table. That was also a good one. Just in terms of history and what it represented.
Yeah, that was definitely a meaningful one. That's a good one. Yeah, I mean, I love people going through tables. There's been some great ones recently too, but yeah, I need more tables though. Give me tables. I mean, we want tables. One of my favorite chants. We want tables. Give me tables, 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 table. Give me a tables match at WrestleMania. Is it gonna happen? No, but just give it. Give it. I want it.
Yeah,
I want it.
give it to me. Give me what I want. Thank you, Dave Batista, for that. If you guys have any other table spots that we did not mention here tonight, you can always let us know in the comments below or on social media. And Juice, where can the people let us know on social media?
You go on Instagram, go on Twitter. Oh, I started in reverse. Sorry. Go to Twitter. You type capital T, capital O, capital T, capital C, underscore, capital P, lowercase o, lowercase d. I can barely talk tonight. And you go to Instagram after that. You type T O T C underscore P O D, all lowercase. It's the exact same. Why do I need to say it twice? Well, it's so nice to say it twice.
Amen. And yes, thank you all so much for tuning in, making sure you are liking, rating, and subscribing to our channel. And of course, we will catch you next time.